My next guest, he's the third of four generations of military servicemen in his family. 22-year in the U.S. Army, achieved the rank of lieutenant colonel, served in several combat zones, received many, many honors, including, but not limited to, Bronze Star, 3 Meritorious Service Medals, 3 Army Commendation Medals, 1 with Valor Device, a Valorious Unit Award. In 1993, named U.S. Army ROT Instructor of the Year. Was elected to Congress in 2010, served at Florida's 22nd District. An avid distance runner, master scuba diver, motorcyclist, about that, more in a second. Got a new book called We Can Overcome, an American Black Conservative Manifesto. It's up on LarryElder.com. Please welcome back to the program, Lieutenant Colonel Allen West. Colonel, can you feel the love?
Thanks so much, Larry. It's great to be with you.
Alan, I got to tell you, I mentioned that you're a motorcyclist. You had a very severe accident. How are you feeling now? And tell me about the accident.
Well, you saw me back on the 19th of June when we premiered Uncle Tom, and I just get better every day. But it's but the grace of God that I'm alive, because no one survives a motorcycle accident at 75 miles per hour on an interstate highway. So that happened on Memorial Day weekend, and I've had shoulder surgery because my socket bone in my right shoulder had to be rebuilt, and also I had to get 2 screws put in there, but no other broken bones, and I'm back. I've been running 3.5 up to 4.5 miles now. I knocked out 6 laps in the swimming pool yesterday. I had physical therapy this morning, and I think my physical therapist got angry with me because he hadn't made me cry yet. So he put he put it on me this morning, Larry. And but I'm doing great, and it's just great to be with you, and it's great to be locking shields with you in this fight.
Well, your book is tremendous. It's called We Can Overcome, American Black Conservative Manifesto. Why is Booker T. Washington, in your opinion, the father of black conservatism?
When you think about Booker T. Washington, here's a guy that was born into slavery. When he found out that he was free, the first thing he wanted was to get an education. He walked pretty much so across from present-day West Virginia to Hampton, Virginia, went to Hampton Institute, and his first thing in completing Hampton Institute, he wanted to go back and educate and teach his family members. And he got the mission to go down to Alabama and establish the first black institute of higher learning, Tuskegee Normal Industrial Institute. And his fundamental principles, Larry, were education, entrepreneurship, and self-reliance. Mm-hmm. If those are not 3 bedrock conservative principles, then you tell me what are. And that's why he is my ideological mentor, and I believe the father of black conservatism, and that it just dovetails into the book that I wrote, and it dovetails into the documentary that you were the executive producer of.
Lieutenant Colonel Allen West is my guest. Colonel, when I was in high school, all the kids told me that Booker T. Washington was an Uncle Tom. And I chose the book Up From Slavery as my book project in government. And after I read it, I said, what's the problem? And I wrote a report about how positive he was, how encouraged I was by what he said, that he was more positive than some of our current black leaders were. I got an A+ on the exam, and my teacher was surprised that I did not consider him to be an Uncle Tom the way the other class members did. My question is, why does he have such a bad rap within the black community?
Because of the schism that I write about in the book, because white liberal progressives founded an organization called the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, the NAACP. Mm-hmm. And they put in charge of the NAACP a man who was formerly a colleague and an ally of Washington, and that was W.E.B. Du Bois. And Du Bois took the very radical approach of those white progressives of more protests, of creating a black intelligentsia, because he was a sociologist. But think about this. In the long run, Du Bois became an avowed socialist, an avowed communist, and renounced his American citizenship. He left the country. And so what has happened over the years is that the philosophy of Washington, and that the best way to upend a racist system is to show that racist system your relevance, your value, your ability to provide benefit to the society by being an entrepreneur, having your own business, able to stand up on your own. But yet that message, for whatever reason, has been rejected by this talented 10th that Du Bois and others came up with this black intelligentsia, this protest movement that continues to today, not just with the NAACP, but now with this, oxymoronic group called Black Lives Matter.
And as you point out in the movie, Colonel West, the Tuskegee Institute is still there today.
Absolutely. And Tuskegee Institute, now Tuskegee University, gave us the brilliant scientist George Washington Carver, for whom agricultural research is really patterned after. He set the example, the precedent. And it also gave us those incredible men of the 333rd Fighter Squadron of World War II known as the Red Tails, the Tuskegee Airmen.
In your book, you talk about things that have been done that on the surface were designed to advance the interest of the black community, such as the Community Reinvestment Act. I want to talk about that. I also want to talk about your chapter where you talk about the decimation of the traditional black family. So, Colonel, please don't go away. The book is called We Can't Overcome, an American Black Conservative Manifesto. And in your book, you talk about the history of removing black men from the home, pushing away from the church, Black Lives Matter, which ones? All of that next with my guest. The number is 888-971-SAGE, 888-971-7243. Again, the book is up on LarryElder.com. We Can Overcome, an American Black Conservative Manifesto, written by Lieutenant Colonel Alan B. West.
Share excerpts of today's show from Larry Elder's YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com/The Larry Elder Show Radio and click on the subscribe button.